Speaking freedom. Speaking freedom. Giving you the answers to be free. Be free. Be free. 'Cause we're speaking freedom. And we're live online with Kaci.
Because she didn't trust them, and she thought there were people in that room who might want to betray her location and get her killed. And then when she's finally found...
Okay, so this is going to sound crazy. So right now, I'm into supernatural magic and shows about hierarchy and kingdoms. So I watched Crown. I watched a little comedy thing about England. I feel so bad for Meghan. Sometimes people think that getting married to somebody with a certain stature is going to be, I'm going to be, being friends with, hanging out around, benefiting from. Sometimes we be thinking that shit is going to be so sweet, going to be so dope, going to be everything that we could dream of and more. And sometimes that shit be a fucking nightmare. Like, as I watched Crown, there were things in history that I found out about England as far as the heritage and all of how it got to the royals and the family that has it now. And a lot of times, a lot of these places come about because of and largely led by Black people. And then once they discover something that we got, they ass want it. And then they take it over. And then I don't want to say this is the goal. And I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. Largely, the common interest for the people that takes charge is not for the people that they took it from to ever get in charge. Because if you get in charge and realize all of the lies that you were told about how you got to be wherever you are, if you start understanding the history of the Americas outside and before the United States, like when the Native Americans were here, when you start considering all those things, if the wrong people began to, I'm not saying it's the wrong people, this is the mindset of the people that's in those positions. When you take over someplace, you don't try to let the little guy get ahead, because if the little guy get ahead and realize that the land was taken or that you just took over, and it's like if somebody robbed you of your company or your position, and then they do it because they deceived you to think that you didn't have no position or that you didn't have the room to say nothing. And then you come to find out that it was yours all along, and they just was taking the position and took the money and did all these other things that they wasn't supposed to do because it wasn't belonging to them to begin with. Then the goal for the person that's in charge, that has taken over, is to try to minimize those that would take over, and not just take over and do it very well and do it with the utmost honor and everything that it should be, it would be. Because when it comes naturally, you don't have to force it. You don't have to do all of this. This is almost like following God. When you really get in alignment with God, you don't have to do all that extra stuff that people do. I be listening to people sometimes, they be like, and we all like this and we all like that. And I'm like, whoa. We all ain't. Because there's a lot of places where I've learned to trust God so much to where even if it makes me uncomfortable as a person, I trust God that much to take me wherever it's supposed to take me. Like if I'm going through something, that's what it's supposed to be in order to get to the other side. So we're going to get back to this. And hold on, they got her on here right now. It's a split screen on what I'm watching. But it gets back to even this. As somebody that's a non-white person that begins to be in government and leadership, I understand why Senator, I believe her last name is Cortez, she has been getting harassed the entire time. There are people in the Senate and the Congress that don't believe in diversity. So I am totally understanding where she's coming from to be in a position like that where they don't really want you there anyways. Then you're a woman, then you're a minority, then you're challenging everything. Like, it's a difference when you go in one of these jobs because that's what it is. An elected official is a job. When you get one of these jobs and you go along and you kiss their ass and you do everything that they want you to do, you don't say nothing. I mean, like, you don't hold nobody accountable. You don't do nothing. You just do whatever they say just because, or you stay out the way and let everything just go. Versus the people that go and start to address things. When you start to address things, that definitely puts your life in danger on many, many levels. I want to name some shit that be like, that's strange. But sometimes I don't even like to mention the shit. You know why? Because I don't need them looking at me and trying to kill me because my mind is working in the right direction. So even when I be looking at this lady from North Georgia that's talking about all these conspiracy theories more than she's doing her damn job. The problem ain't the fact that she's talking about the conspiracy theories or whatever it is that she believes or any of that shit. That shit's kind of neither here nor there. But what it does is it puts doubt in people about the government. So if you are a part of the government, it's a thin line that you got to walk to challenge those issues because you sound crazy to them. As a government official in there talking about, I think it was us against us, basically. So what she believes isn't the problem. It's the fact that she's pushing what she believes over doing her job. That's really the problem. So I wonder if they're going to reelect her in her county, wherever she's leading from. That's what y'all need to think about, because if they reelect her, then you are beginning to identify the things that need to be changed. That was kind of what the Trump play set in motion. When you put Trump in office and you took that chance of a non-politician that bring the government more attention, y'all supposed to move like the goddamn mob. Y'all ain't supposed to never let nobody get in charge. But see, listen to that mindset. Y'all ain't supposed to never let nobody get in charge that's going to put more attention on the shit that don't nobody really be mentioning. The shit that people do low-key that don't nobody get to see. But now this nigga doing it in front of everybody. And I'm not mad at it. It takes for something like this to happen to begin to unravel and remove the veil and the unraveling of everything that held it in place, because now it's exposed. So that's how change really begins to happen. Though something bad kind of got to happen in order for things to be exposed so that it can be addressed. And nobody expected it to be this way, like so out loud, so in your face. They ain't care about nothing. But now y'all see what black people be talking about. That's no different than them feeling threatened. There is no different than a person feeling threatened because somebody calling the police on them for no damn reason. The same way they came up there based on a lie. Oh my God, if that ain't the same way those people stormed the Capitol based on a lie and was ready to kill, had bombs, all type of shit, is the same way black people feel when a white person called the police on them and they ain't did nothing wrong. It's all based on a lie. And they be almost sometimes dying because somebody didn't call the police on them just trying to get them arrested or just trying to get them in trouble or just trying to be just mean for no reason. Those are the same-minded people, and it is kind of befitting for all of these things to be exposed. How do you really grow if you don't really know what people think, how people understand what's going on? Literally, this is the first time in history that we've had this many people with technology, with the ability to cross-communicate. There is no distance on the internet with social media. So you got all these people that's able to communicate, and you got the group think effort is like, you got the big thing, then you got the small thing, then you got the groups within the groups. It's a lot. But now we are getting to see what the world is really made up of, for real. And in order for there to be any harmony, any togetherness, any unity as a whole, everything kind of got to be exposed. Everybody got to kind of be able to first feel comfortable. A lot of people got bottled up energy, bottled up emotions, bottled up all this stuff. They've never been or felt like they could just speak out or speak about anything. So now that they're getting an opportunity, then it's kind of a no holds bars. It kind of got to get old in order for it to smooth over. It's almost like when you think about countries that make hardcore substances legal and the drug rates went down. You kind of got to balance it out, but it has to balance out itself. It's almost like when I said, when you join religion, you kind of got to go super deep in order to come back to yourself and find your balance of who you are with Christ living through you. And if you go deep enough, you will hit kind of a rock bottom. And then you realize that you so deep, earthly good. And then you start to remember who you were before you get controlled by religion and the narrative of what you have to be in order to be saved. But then when you hit that rock bottom, because it's not working, you're not really getting nowhere. It's not really bad, but it could be better if you wasn't in that religious bondage. So after you hit that rock bottom of the deception within religion, then you are able to begin to get an understanding. The knowledge part is the rock bottom. And then you get that understanding and you start seeking God more. You start going to God more. You start learning more and seeing how information applies to the world around you. Then you balance out and you become who you're supposed to be with the renewed mind of Christ, if that makes sense. But I might load this down because it's relevant right now because I'm watching them talk about this. But anywho, holla at a player, holla at a player. Speaking Freedom presents Good Head Group, providing advanced spiritual studies and personal developmental insight. Brought to you by Love Gang and Speaking Freedom. We look forward to helping you grow in all the areas of your life. We hope that you find all the information needed for your growth. God bless. Please listen to all disclaimers provided. If you are currently under physician's care, please maintain that relationship. This is not intended to stop your current treatment plan. If you need physician care, please seek out medical attention. Please note all results are based on the individual's ability to adapt and adjust to any given environment and situation. We are not responsible for your results at Speaking Freedom. The life enhancement coaches at Speaking Freedom provide information to help you grow. You are responsible for maintaining that growth, taking on and then applying the information to your individual life as you deem needed and necessary. This may contain and explain explicit content. Please use parental discretion. For best results, you will need an open mind, the ability to research, and a balanced lifestyle.
Please join us daily for your inspiration and motivation.
We have the entire world to offer you at your fingertips. Your life enhancement coaching specialist. Thank you for choosing us to assist you in accomplishing your personal and professional goals. And have a beautiful day. In love, we trust. This is brought to you by Good Head Group, Love Gang, and Speaking Freedom. We thank God for you, and we love you.
Hi, I'm Kaci. Dr. Kaci, to be exact, owner of Speaking Freedom LLC, Love Gang, and Good Head Group LLC. I am also a certified life coach and host of Speaking Freedom Radio and TV. Although I have recently became an ordained minister, please be aware that I am still me, raw and uncut the way God made me and allowed life to shape me. I pray and expect God to use me for people who can receive the way I communicate, as well as my delivery. I am not for those who are already saved, religious, or super deep. I am for the leaders, hustlers, and street influencers around the world, including pimps, killers, drug dealers, and working girls. I am sharing my experiences and perspective to help someone be inspired to be better. And for those who can identify with the various aspects of my mindset. My mindset alone does not determine the status of any active connections or current relationships that have not already been specifically addressed. Additionally, these recordings should not be taken personally if I have not already spoken to you about the topic or expressed that I have an issue. These recordings are a part of my life's work to document my experience, perspective, and to see how life has shaped me. My plan in using my stories publicly and socially is to encourage growth in those who can identify with the experiences and find inspiration in my life to heal and overcome the path that they've been set on, no matter what they face, as according to the purpose of their soul, until healing takes place. Despite the experiences that I may have had with any person, sometimes known and unknown, I hold no grudges, no hate, no bitterness, or any other ill feelings against anyone. I pray that your life is whole and very fruitful. I forgive you as I hope that you forgive me if I have wronged you or anyone that you know or anyone who listens to me. I pray that you have peace and extend the same grace to others. I have love for everyone, especially on a human level, despite flaws or experiences. But that doesn't mean that I will associate or be close to every human that I know or meet. I've experienced a very eventful life and truly believe that my mindset and story based on experiences could help those who identify with how I think and are looking for inspiration to grow further, go beyond hurt, and be great. I pray that these recordings bless you and your soul in every way and whatever way God has intended. Sending love and light to all. Thanks for listening. Achieve your dreams.